Guten Morgen. I just spilled my coffee. Morning. So this morning, we have a mailing to work on. I've got about 800 newsletters to stitch, but I want to get started printing some envelopes first. The machine I use is great. It's a dinosaur, Envelope Imager. It's really slow, but that's fine because I can do other stuff while this thing's running. Cool thing, it's just a HP desktop printer. So it has 2 ink cartridges there, but it has an envelope feeder. And then I just use bulk ink to refill those. So it becomes pretty inexpensive. And I don't do a whole lot of envelopes in-house. I'm lucky enough to have a handful of only envelope printers locally, and some of them who only print for trade, meaning they print for a printer. So I utilize them for anything over maybe 1,000 envelopes. But the smaller stuff I do in-house, or the stuff I need quickly, I do in-house. So have a square envelope today. This is the first time I'm using a square envelope. I typically try and encourage my customers not to do odd size, because this, fun fact, is going to have to go for $1 a piece. Now that's not bulk mail, so it'll be cheaper than that. But if that wasn't square, and if it was just rectangular, it'd go for 50 cents a piece. So that's why squares are a no-no, but this is a fundraiser, so they want to go for something unique, hopefully get a better return, so I can understand that. So anywho, I got the replies printed already. I need to print the 7x7 inch there. We need to score and fold the ones inside and also cut down the cards. So this is painfully slow. I have it on the slowest setting, which is the highest quality. But again, I'm going to do other stuff. I'm not going to stand here and watch it, so I wouldn't be able to stand here and watch it. I just can't do it. One of these is a very handy piece of equipment. We went many years without it, but when I was in college, we had one, and it's real nice. So this is a counting scale. So I have 5 cards there, 5 sample. And then down here, I don't know if you can see it, it says 5. And then I don't need to count these out. I need 50 of them, and we'll give an extra. Done. While those envelopes print, since that's a slow process, I've got newsletters to collate quick. So we'll set that up here. Also, we have some art prints, and I could talk about postage, bulk postage here. This is kind of a breakdown of when you spill coffee on paper, it's not good. But also, so this needs to be mailed as a flat because it's square. It's 7 inches by 7 inches. What I do is I weigh the mailing. So this is 1.2 ounce, and that's with all of its contents. It has to go flat. It can't go as a letter. And if you do bulk mailing, you need to print an indicia here with your permit on. So if you ran this through a postage meter, you can do first class flat. Those are $1.15 a piece. Or if you put postage on it, that's the most expensive way to do it. So if you have like a metering postage machine, that would be quick but expensive. Your next option is to do bulk rate, meaning that you need software though. So that's the way we're going to do this mailing. So again, it's going to be first class. It goes as a flat and it's bulk. So that means it's pre-sorted, meaning you run it through the software, and that software is going to divide all the addresses into separate trays and pre-sort it, so you get a discount because of that. So that lowers the price to 71 cents a piece. If you want to do it cheaper yet, you could go standard, and that lowers it more. It would take longer to get there, but that's an option if you're not really concerned about time. And the cheapest of all would be to run it nonprofit. You can't do first class nonprofit. You can only do standard mail nonprofit. And that would be about 30 cents a piece. So this mailing is for a nonprofit, but we wanted to get there a little bit quicker. It's important, so we're going to do the first class mail. So here you can see the overall cost differences. There's 663 letters in this mailing. So you can see that if you do it first class from a meter machine, you're looking at like $763. This would be, you know, and then it breaks down to the cheapest. Now, if you do nonprofit standard mail, like coast to coast, it could be 3 weeks for delivery, maybe even more. So basically the postage, the Postal Service works that, you know, first class gets mailed out first, then standard. You know, if they have enough time, they'll do the nonprofit stuff, just because it's the cheapest way. So there's just a real quick breakdown about how to determine which way you want to mail something. Mailings are incredibly confusing too, but the more you do it, the better you'll get. But there are all types of requirements: size, weight, different things go in different trays, you know, different color tags. There's a lot to learn, but once you do it for a little while, it becomes second nature. So you can do it. Okay, newsletters are done. We're going to keep doing smart prints here. And start folding these. Here's a good example of efficiency. So what I'm going to do is cut down a small stack of these and get them folding a while, and then cut down the rest as it's folding. That's one little way you get stuff done quicker. When you get it done quicker, you're more profitable. Okay, so this is a Morgana Digifold. The interface here is incredibly challenging to learn, but once you learn it, it's so simple. So I'll go over quick how I set up a job on here. First things first, got to set up the double sheet detector. And take that, set it on the back. Set your stack of paper in here and tighten this down. So that's all good. This knob over here, you have air jets blowing in the back here at 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to set it at 2, so that means air will blow in 1 and 2. Up top here, well, I don't even know if I can teach you how to do this all, but basically we're going to set this up as half crease and fold. So the creasing is going to be turned on, the folding is going to be turned on, and it's going to fold whatever you have here in half. So the only thing we need to enter is the total length of the sheet, which is 13 inches. So that's half. Length, we need to move that to 13. I'm going to move it just a little bit smaller so there's an overlap. And then we should be good. So hit down to turn it on. And here's your feed. So that's pretty much perfect. That's right where we want it. A mistake that some people make is scoring in the incorrect direction. So some people score and they fold it wrong. So like, since we want this to fold this way, we actually want the bump of the score to be up. And that creates a hinge for the product so it doesn't crack. Some people score the opposite direction and then it actually doesn't. I mean, it still looks okay, but it's not the way that a score is meant to work. Okay, everything's inserted. They're all pre-sorted, meaning we have a tray tag and then the contents of that. So since these are flats, we can't put them in these EMM trays or the 1-foot trays. They need to go in these flat bins, or you could put them in sacks. But I feel like doing bins with this. With the sacks, they end up usually getting beat up a little bit more. So what we need to do is bundle them with rubber band both ways, put them in bins, and then to the bulk mail center, BMEU, bulk mail entry unit, is where you would go to enter your bulk mailings into the postal stream. Can you imagine if I could work that fast all the time? It'd be great. Pretty productive day. Printed some books in between there. Got a bunch of books down, ready to bind. Got some cards that are printing there now. Printing those coupon books over on the 6500. And it's pretty much time to call it quits. So once that runs out, lights off, and we'll come back, do it tomorrow again. So thanks for watching. Make sure to put your comments below. I'll do my best to get back to you. I got to do a lot more detailed videos about mailings and using the software I use and other things. There's just tons of information on mailings. So alrighty. Whoop. All done? Put that one to sleep. Well, catch you guys later. See ya. All automation is good in a business.